Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. I'm sure you might have seen this thermocol planter that I had made some time back. It's kind of worn off because of the climatic conditions. The paint has gone off and it's still in a very good condition, just that the paint has gone off. And I had put in some of the sedums. Now this is my Sedum Ghosty, this is my Sedum Adolphi, and this is my Sedum Golden Glow. And you can see, because they are in a good amount of morning direct sunlight, you can see how beautifully colored they are. In fact, all of them have very good color. I will be doing a small little cutting on this plant. Now, this plant looks like it is stretching. It's not actually stretching. It's becoming a little heavy on the upper portion. And sedums, Sedums, they are known to trail out of the pot, which is absolutely normal. Now, if you want, you can do a cutting. I will do a cutting probably some other day, not today. Today, I will be just separating this small little pup that is there over here, because I absolutely love the Sedum Golden Glow. I had one long time back, but when I was shifting the house, it happened to die. And then I went ahead and purchased another one. And just to be on the safer side, I kept multiplying them. I will show you all of the cuttings in a while. I will also show you the progress of a stem cutting on Golden Glow. So over here, the most important thing, the succulent has to be well hydrated, and ensure that the temperature in your city is not too hot, not too cold. It should be kind of in between, and it should be pleasant. So first and the most important thing, hydrate your succulent. Second, check if the temperatures are favorable. It's not too hot, too cold. And then you can go ahead and select the spot that you want to cut. Now, again, another tip, do not cut the stem completely off the mother plant. Leave a little bit of the stem area, leave a little bit of the mass area, because that is again going to generate more pups. If you're going to cut it completely, then probably you might get small little pups like this. But if you're going to keep a little bit larger piece of the stem, then you might get even more pups. So over here, I will go ahead and cut it right over here. There we go. Few of the leaves are absolutely okay. This portion you seeing where we have this portion that you see where we have done the cut, this is going to put out a lot of more pups. So we are going to leave it as it is. We don't have to be worried. And now I will take out the lower leaves from this plant. That's about it. And this portion, we are going to let it dry. Now these, I'm going to keep it in indirect bright light. These will propagate and put out new pups, which again is going to be a very slow process. Probably even before these can put out roots, these will already start to put out pups. That's why I always prefer to go with stem cuttings. Now the remaining portion, we are again going to keep this in indirect bright light. We will wait for at least 2 to 3 days to see the callus process. It will take 2 to 3 days. During this 2 to 3 days of the callusing period, this particular succulent should not come in contact with any water or any moisture. So protect it, keep it in indirect bright light, a place where there is a good amount of air circulation. Within 2 to 3 days, this part that looks very green in color, so this portion will either turn dark brown in color or light brown in color. That indicates that it has calloused. And again, in my case, I tend to wait for them to put aerial roots, and only then I go ahead and put it into the soil. If you want, you can put it into the soil once the callus period is done. So that's all about it. This was the cutting. As I said, I will show you the other pot that I had done cutting some time back. Another thing, important thing, what I wanted to share was recently somebody had asked me about the Sedum Adolphi. They wanted their Sedum Adolphi to turn bright orange in color. This is a stressed one. That's why it has a very intense orange color. Now, the reason this color is going to come up on the succulent is only when you offer a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. If you're going to keep it in indirect bright light, it might have a tint of yellow, but it's not going to be bright orange. If you're going to keep it in shade, the succulent will stretch and it will turn completely green in color. In order to have that orange color, you have to offer a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours after acclimating it. Light or direct sunlight is the only thing that tends to stress our succulents. Apart from that, a little less watering, more exposure to morning direct sunlight is going to work out really well. So this is how the pot looks like after you do the cutting. You can see these were the stems that I had let. These are again not this one. This one is a sedum. I'm not very sure. Probably some kind of sedum. But these are the sedum golden glow. They look a little haphazard, but nevertheless, I had done the cutting, and you can see the ample amount of pups on the stem cuttings. I prefer stem cuttings. Now this cutting is probably 7 to 8 months old. I think, I'm not very sure. Probably it's 7 to 8 months old, and this is the growth on them, and this is how it's going to work out. The initial cuts where you have done, there won't be any growth coming on that, but the pups will start to grow on the sides of the stem like this. Again, this is going to take couple of more months. I cannot separate them from the stem right now because they're still very small. They have to reach a decent size. This must be around 1 to 2 centimeters. I think probably this one is the largest one, but I'll still leave it as it is because it is getting a lot of nutrients and water from the stem, so I do not want to separate them right now. So these were the cuttings on the stem that was left behind in the mother plant pot, and these are the cuttings that I had separated. You can see the cuttings are also doing quite well. So there are 3 over here and there is 1 over here. So you can see they are doing fantastic. This cutting is already starting to put either a flower, most probably it might be a flower because it's right at the crown area, or I don't know if it's on the lower portion, but we'll get to know. Any which ways, I'm not going to cut it at such an early stage. I still wait for some more time just to make sure that it is a bloom and not a pup. We do not want to cut the pup and throw it off. So, and here there is another one, a small one. So the cuttings that I had done have all been very, very successful, and they're doing quite well. And I'm very excited because I love golden glow. They are absolutely amazing sedums. They look absolutely beautiful, just like the Sedum Adolphi. Sedum Adolphi turns more orange rich in color, but these tend to have a very yellow. They look a little bit like the lemon. They have that lemon color, yellow and green mix, so it looks absolutely beautiful. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.